So he put a big sign out in front so he can list everybody in the 12 days. If somebody moves out and wants to put another sign in, just to slide the name in, he's got to go for a whole sign amendment. Because it happens to be more than the 8. You understand? Those are the kinds of ridiculous things that we want to get rid of and make things happen. You understand?
So,
if you remember, when I built the dormitory down behind the substation, I had enough money to put 400 beds in. Because I had to put the fancy little cupola, I lost 35 beds. Because I made a mistake to think that it would be good to use it for a shelter and build it to the Post Andrews shelter standards. Okay? And the fire department said they needed a paved road to go around the back to get to that pavilion in the back where we had washing machines and pool table and that kind of stuff. A structure that survived Wilma, even though half of the packing house roof came into our yard. Okay? But because I put that paved road around, I had to underground sprinkler it and give landscape where nobody can see the landscape. Okay? And the men that work at night over the packing house have to go over it around and get there because they can't get across the fence and stuff. I'm down to 192 beds. That doesn't make sense. I wasn't even in the proper motive. These are the kinds of things we got to get away from, and those are the kind of things we're going to start planning ahead. Now, go on.
So anyway, I mean, we are looking at that, and Rich, I think any input, that's an example where you might come up with some things, probably not at this meeting, but we'd really like to get some input. I know that the CRA committee has 2 or 3 projects that come through every month where somebody's trying to do something and they're running into a regulatory impediment.
We call it a red flag thing, and we try to go to the board to help you if it's consistent with our future direction.
To follow up on what Mitch said, if you could also meet with the Immokalee housing nonprofits, because they've had lots of problems.
Yeah.
We've started to write them down and categorize them.
Yeah, we want to come out and meet with you. And
now, I understand you have a document that you want to pass out.
Yeah, I have quite a few comments, so what I might do is rather than get up and down, I'll just give these comments to Penny. I've made some copies.
Is that what you emailed me?
I emailed to Bob.
Bob's already got a copy?
Yeah, I think one of the key things in here is some of the lack of specificity in the policies throughout. It refers to Collier County doing this and that, and if you don't know who's going to do it, when you don't exactly know how to measure that, there's not a lot of time frames, there's not a lot of specificity. In particular, what we had some real concern with is the housing goals, objectives, and policies, because we had worked very hard with the subcommittee of the Visionary Planning Committee, and we went through a lot of public input in developing those goals, objectives, and policies, and they've pretty much been modified a great deal. So we'd ask that you kind of look at that section, and I would be happy to offer any help or bring that group back together to meet with you if that's appropriate.
No, I think we'll schedule a meeting. We'll come down and bring in whoever you want. Let's go over them. That's good.
We can make that happen, yes. Okay. Any other concerns?
Oh yeah, there's lots in here.
Should we just have a standing comment?
No. But the point is, we got your comments.
Right.
Then we can let them out in more detail. Okay. Now, the next one is 1 point.
It's kind of related, Fred, at 1.2 is
yes,
to actively pursue, attract, and retain new enterprise. You know, as I said, a lot of the issues that have to be dealt with can be dealt with effectively if we have growth in business. So economic development is a major consideration. So a lot of the policies, at least the first 3 anyway, deal largely with that. So it's to actively pursue, attract, and retain new enterprise in the Immokalee area. And the third one is related to promote and expand, that's objective 1.3, to promote and expand tourism and cultural opportunities in Immokalee as a means of diversifying the economy and providing greater recreation and entertainment opportunities to residents and visitors.
Okay.
Those are all related, I think.
Yeah, but hold it a moment. How many people, is there anybody here who's not happy with the idea of, say, becoming the industrial hub of Collier County? Okay. Let me say one more thing. When I came in '86, we never thought of this as being a tourist destination point. The Seminole tribe tells us it's going to be a tourist destination point, and they got to hire high-rise hotel coming. In fact, if you ever go past down 846 or down 29, you see a paved road, blacktop road going all the way through with underground utilities and sewer. They're going to be coming out. And the work they're doing right now is to square it all, the building, so they can go with the table games that they haven't got room in there for now. So that's what's happening now. They plan to have those table games in place by October, December, no later than December, okay? And then I think after that, they're going to start going vertical construction on the hotel. Now, I was concerned about how quickly they were going to do that because of another activity that took place, and that's the development of Serranoa. Baron Collier brought Serranoa. You all know what Serranoa is? On Old Goodnight Curve. You know, as you're going to Naples down 846, you make that turn, that land off to the right, that's a potato farm, and what have you. It used to be Al Curry's property years ago. Well, that Serranoa was going to be developed by U.S. Homes as a place for big box stores, movie theaters, to satisfy the needs of Ave Maria. They started going belly up, and they were going to sell it to Bocacci. And when Baron Collier heard that, they brought it quickly, and they planned to do a development down there. When they develop that and put big box stores, that's going to kill our business on Main Street. But our saving grace is if we can make a tourist zone that runs from the casino up First Street, down Main Street to the Roberts Range, and make that a Central American Gatlinburg, if you will. Okay? If you're not happy with that kind of goal, we need to know that kind of stuff. If you don't want to see that kind of thing happen. And in order to make that happen, we know we got to do some other things. We got to get our bypass road around, so we can take the long distance trucks and whatnot off Main Street, drop it down to 2-lane road with backing 45, and make it a place where people can walk down and have fun, recreate, and what have you. Okay? Those are the kinds of things we can begin to look at as a tourist destination point. If you have problems with that, we need to know about it so that we can begin to make certain adjustments. Or comments or suggestions on how we can promote it or how we can make it nice. But we should, the idea is to take advantage of our cultural diversity and make it as a highlight so a person can take a busman's holiday to the Caribbean by just coming to Immokalee.
And I would just like to add that some of the other things that Fred touched on, such as new roads, different roads, bypass road, maybe some other infrastructure, whether it's the master plan for the sewer and water district, those things are also being reviewed and considered from a policy perspective in the town plan. Some of that stuff will occur probably after this is submitted and at least gone through an initial round of discussion, because there's a couple of studies that are going on and we want to use that information, and that's going to take some time to get it done. So we're not discussing, like, for example, the right-of-way stuff or the roadway stuff right here, but there will be another opportunity to discuss that. Yes, sir.
One of the thoughts in any community, the majority of your growth and expansion comes from existing businesses.
Absolutely.
And we need to somehow incorporate, support, and enhance existing businesses in there.
Kevin?
Yes. What I'd like to say is just about what she just talking about the housing in there. I could remember we got a building for our business as a home.
Say that again?
We got a building since 2004
Okay.
of our church. We'll never be able to do anything with that building. Because every time we have to go to something, something has to come up. And then sometimes we even have things impossible to do. We don't know how to do it. So right now we really confident on this master plan where the people get together to solve the problem for our community. We really believe this is a very, very good and interesting thing. And I myself have to encourage everybody that I know in the community to get on this, because this is a wonderful thing, because we can get somebody somewhere else to explain our about it, because they don't know. So we do have to have people in our heart, people who know everything in our community, to be able to work with the community to have the thing done. So what Fred is doing with all the board, I believe this is a very wonderful thing. When we all see and we all know exactly what kind of work they're trying to do to get the community, because they're working really hard to be able for us to have a community, a better community where people would love better to live, to stay. Like me, I've been living in Miami for so many years, and I don't know how could I end up in Miami. And then now I see Miami look like we want to become my Miami again. So